the secret behind Happy Hill. On the gentle slopes of Happy Hill, the wildflowers danced in the breeze and the bees buzzed merrily from bloom to bloom. The folks of the nearby village often came to the hill for picnics, laughter, and the sweet taste of hill honey. Yet there was a proverb whispered among the elders, carried down from a time when the world was slower and wisdom sat quietly in the shade. If were you a bee that didn't have a sting, we wouldn't keep him honey. Old Granny Mabel, keeper of stories and secrets, loved to tell this to folks. One sunny afternoon, she gathered them under the big oak and began her tale. Long ago, Happy Hill was home to a special kind of bee, gentle creatures golden as the sun, whose hum was more like a lullaby. Unlike the other bees, these had no stings. Their honey was the sweetest ever tasted, but they had no way to protect it from greedy hands. Many folks saw this as an opportunity, thinking they could take the honey without fear. But wise old Yeshua, the hill's caretaker, shook his head and said, "If a bee didn't have a sting, I wouldn't keep him honey." "Why Yeshua?" the villagers asked, puzzled. Yeshua replied, "A creature that cannot defend itself deserves our kindness, not our taking. To steal from the defenseless is the worst kind of theft. Let the bees keep what they've made, for it is theirs by right and by effort." So the villagers learned to leave the stingless bees alone. They admired the bees' work, watched them build golden combs, and enjoyed the fragrance of wildflowers, but never took what wasn't theirs. In time, the bees flourished, and so did Happy Hill. Other creatures came, the butterflies, the songbirds, and even the shy deer, drawn by the harmony and respect shown there. The old proverb lived on. If a bee didn't have a sting, I wouldn't keep him honey. It became a lesson for all who visited Happy Hill, not to defend with the fist, protect the defenseless, honor the fruits of others' labor, and never take advantage when you have the power. Mabel finished her story, the children's eyes wide with wonder. The wind seemed to hum with approval, and the bees continued their gentle work, safe and sound among the flowers. And so the wisdom of Happy Hill grew sweet as honey, teaching all who listened that true happiness is found not in taking, but in kindness and respect for all living things.